Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we have everything except the Fafnir good to go. And honestly, I think we should deploy. We've spent a lot of money repairing, there's no doubt about that. And if we deploy now and we get lucky, we may be able to deploy yet twice this month. That's not the case if we wait for the Fafnir, so we're not going to do that. Now I just want to double check the barracks. I can't remember if we checked that in the last logistics episode or not. The only thing, of course, that we actually need... Oh, wow. We actually can't immediately tell Kodiak from the others from the icons anymore. Okay, perfect. The only thing we would need to check would be him. Nothing really going on that front, so that is fine. So all of our mechs should be good to go as well. Now, what we're really looking for here is something to make some quick cash, right? We would like to get back up over that sweet 10 million mark. And attack and defend is not that. That is not quick. Assassinate, ambush, convoy, escort is not necessarily quick either. This would be a fairly decent battle. Is good max pay, not good salvage? Planetary government, huh? It's a free priority salvage, so maybe we should sit here. Now this isn't quite going to pay for this extravagant month, but that's okay. We're going to accept that, and... what are we going to run? Well, we're going to run the Awesome in place of the Fafnir. That, of course, means that we drop out Brother, and we instead bring... who is it? Paladin, I think? Yeah, Paladin. Fantastic. He's got the Awesome affinities. So that will do just fine. We are fully good to go. So let's go ahead and try out some of these refits, particularly the Salamander here. It's going to be interesting to see how that one goes. I think it'll go just fine, though. So, yes, we know we have some units that have unused tonnage. And Darius is probably dumb, but not necessarily. This is a battle in the Badlands, so heat will be a bit of a concern. We've got 9 skull difficulty here, and it's high pay, but not high salvage. So this should be a little bit middle of the road in terms of a 9 skull difficulty. Not the easiest 9 skull we've ever seen, but in theory... I mean, this is RogueTech we're talking about, so it's mostly random. But in theory, this is not going to be the hardest 9 skull we've ever seen either. Now, at 9 skull, doing a battle, we should expect that there will be airstrikes. No real way around that. Other than, I mean, to some degree just eating them, but to some degree outmaneuvering them, and also to some degree AMSing them. That's kind of what we've got to work with. So for now, we need to destroy the invading lance. We've detected an inbound dropship belonging to the planetary government. Our local defense forces in the expected drop area are ill-equipped to handle a lance of mechs, but with your aid, we can ensure that the raid does minimal damage. We'd like you to intercept the local government lance and destroy it. Commander, the locals wouldn't send a dropship if they didn't mean business, so if we take this job, we should stay alert down there. Yes, all systems are indeed nominal, so let's go ahead and begin here. We are definitely expecting more than one enemy lance, that's for sure. Okay, so they're in that area. That's not too bad to attack. Ideal drop zone, and this isn't going to happen, but ideal drop zone would be here. As it is, I think we're going to drop in back here. Exactly where it wants us to drop in. We can advance up this way and or this way. This way might actually be better. We'd use this LOS as cover and then approach up this way. We'll see what sensors say about any additional enemy units for the moment. But we could have dropped here in theory, but I wanted to drop in cover just in case. So we immediately see a Mauler 4X. Okay. I mean, Inferno missiles are going to be somewhat annoying in Badlands. This is an Atlas 2, and that moves up. Fires on our Boar's Head. Only gets a little damage in there. I mean, we're cover, braced, and... We're covered, braced, and... Bastioned is that one? I forget what that third one is. But the Atlas has... a bunch of damage reduction. So the Cyclops moves up, shoots at the Mauler, misses its Gauss. Okay. A bunch of those missiles get AMS'd. Actually, no they don't. A bunch of those missiles just miss, and the lasers also miss. So we can move up with our Salamander if we wanted to. This unit hasn't moved yet. So instead, we would want to move out over this way and attack one of these guys. Now, which one would we want to go for? We'll find out when we get out here.
Confirmed.
Let's see, 50%, 50%, and... Okay, the Mauler it is. Now, we probably want to fire our tag first. I'm not sure if a successful tag will affect missiles on the same round, but we'll just go ahead and try it. So, we probably want to fire AX rounds here. Remember, we don't have tandem anymore. So let's fire some AX at this Mauler, and this should do a lot of damage, in all honesty. A failed tag. That's a little sad. But that did indeed do a lot of damage to that Mauler. So that Cyclops moves up. And that's fine. So the Awesome is going to step back over here. We don't want to walk through this fire if we can help it with the Awesome. We're checking hit odds. We're assuming that they will be best on the Mauler. And yes, that is accurate. So we'll Warlord and we'll continue to shred armor off of this Mauler. Both PPCs hit, surprisingly. And yeah, there's not a ton of armor left there. The Bull Shark is going to move up over here. None of these guys are super close for artillery. Honestly, the Mauler is the best position to fire on here again. We'll make him unsteady from this, for sure. Ooh, that was a solid hit. That was actually really good. So the Mauler is unsteady. Our longbow does not get direct fire LOS, even if we sprint. So we're not going to sprint. We're just going to step up. And 2732. None of these hit odds are amazing. We're best off on the Mauler, and we're going to continue hitting that. I don't think we're going to Warlord right now, although it would help pretty dramatically at this point. Warlord, I feel like, is more effective when you have lower hit odds. I don't know. It probably isn't, actually, but I feel like it is. So the Mauler moves up here, and their Mauler is just a free hit at this point. So we're going to Warlord, and this is completely free. Huge amounts of damage to their Mauler.
You'll take it and like it.
Indeed. We didn't take out that torso. Both of those hit in the arm, I guess. That's fine, but the Madcap Mark II is going to move up, and the Mauler is the only real target that we have here. So this Mauler is going to go away very soon. And there it goes. Engine destruction. Beautiful. Guess it was running an XL engine. Sounds good. So our Annihilator will move up here. And what's it going to go for? It could go for the Cyclops, or it could go for the Atlas III. That's actually an Atlas III, not an Atlas II. So we're going to Warlord here, and we're going to fire on this Cyclops. We're going to fire cluster rounds for higher hit odds. We actually just want to armor shred this. This Cyclops doesn't have much armor, only 800 points.
Engaging target.
He is running a heck of an AMS, though. Okay, good to know.
I'm here.
So the Boar's Head is going to move up.
Affirmative.
Again, these guys are spread out a little much for artillery here. We're going to go for the Atlas III because I'd like to armor shred that. We know that the armor on this Cyclops isn't that high. The armor on this one's a little higher, but the Atlas is still the highest. So we will go ahead and fire on the Atlas here.
Okay.
Managed to get a little bit of armor shred on this guy with our Arrow 4, but it wasn't great. Okay, next up is the Atlas III. Let's see what it does. It has that Gauss rifle. Or no, this is the one with the rotary autocannon. Right. It goes for the Salamander. That's fine. We don't care about this.
That was a big hit.
You're okay. Next up is going to be the Cyclops. Moves up. Shoots the Gauss at the Mauler. Hits at least one of those. I think it hit both.
Yikes.
But that's okay.
Hard.
That's fine for now. Our Salamander is going to step forward.
Confirmed.
And who are we going to go for here? Well, the answer is this Cyclops out here. I'm actually a little surprised that this is our best hit odds, but okay.
Taking the shot.
We failed the tag again. But we got some good armor shred out there. Now, this Cyclops moves. We'll see what he does. There's no cover for him to get to. So what do you got, buddy? He backs off, turns his rear arc to us, and is positioned for artillery. That's a bold choice.
I live to serve.
Okay, well, we're going to be passing through flames here with the awesome. And hit odds aren't the greatest on this guy. They are better than our hit odds on anything else, though. So we're going to fire on that
Got
Cyclops.
the angle. Taking the shot.
And yes, we know he's going to AMS it. We wanted to do that specifically to bait out that AMS. So the Bull Shark is now going to fire on the Cyclops. We are going to overheat a little bit from this. Once again, we're baiting out that AMS ammo. So the Mauler now moves up,
Affirmative.
and we're checking hit odds. Technically, hit odds are best out on this Cyclops, which is a little surprising to me, but we'll take them.
Firing on target.
Oh!
Gotcha.
That was a cockpit shot with a heavy Gauss. Okay. That worked. Did not expect that. The Madcat Mark II is going to make its way out over here.
Maximum speed.
Once again, we're hitting the rear arc of this Cyclops. That's our best hit odds, and we're gonna run his AMS out of ammo eventually. We got an engine crit there,
Target's taken.
but he has a heck of an AMS there.
Yes, Commander.
Doing very well with that. The Annihilator will position out over here, and we're going to continue to hit the rear arc of this Cyclops.
Enemy outflanked. Bringing the pain. Take that.
Wow, that AMS has hit every missile we've shot at it thus far. The Boar's Head is going to move up over here. We're going to continue to hit the rear arc of this Cyclops, maybe in direct fire mode, but I think no. We're going to fire artillery mode, and we're not going to fire the LRM due to heat.
You say so.
Not a great sniper artillery shot, and he successfully AMSs the Arrow 4 as well. Eventually, he's going to run out of
Position
AMS ammo.
confirmed.
Eventually. But not now. Well, this is mostly going to be to bait out more AMSing. Actually, we destroyed his AMS there.
Scored a critical.
He did not manage to take out any of those. We overwhelmed his AMS, and now it's gone. Phase 17, the Atlas will move forward. And he's hitting the Salamander, although not as hard as he could have. That went reasonably well for us.
Losing armor.
Excellent. Ah, his heavy rotary AC2 was jammed. I gotcha. So we're going to move out over this way with the Salamander. The Salamander is going to hit the Atlas 3 with the AX rounds here. Now, we're going to run out of AX ammo, but we need to do an armor shred on this guy. So this is exactly what we're looking for. This guy, we're betting... He moves next phase, but we're betting that the Awesome can eliminate him. So, let's see if that bet pays off.
Engaging.
We successfully tag the Atlas, and we shred a good amount of armor off of him.
I am out of short range.
Well, that type of MRM, anyway. The Awesome moves up, and we can't fire one heavy PPC due to heat here, but that's okay. Our hit odds aren't as good as I'd hoped, but let's see what happens.
Peekaboo.
That's what we were hoping for. Beautiful. We got that engine destruction crit. Okay, so the Mauler now moves up out over this way to not block LOS over here, and we will fire on this Atlas with basically everything. Probably not the AA missile rack in case they do drop in other units, but at this point I'm starting to think that it's only this Lance, which would be shocking. So that's a structure exposure and a knockdown on that Atlas. This Atlas is now a sitting duck. He's already moved this phase, so every single mech that we have will be able to hit him while he's downed here. Honestly, I think he dies to the Madcat Mark II here, if he's got an XL engine, for sure. Let's see. We got a gyro crit, that's no XL engine, but he does eject. And that's it.
Mission successful.
That's actually surprising to me that there was only the one Lance. I fully expected to. But you know what I said at the beginning of this? RogueTech is really random. Like, that's the... You can get a sense of how difficult it will be from the compensation, but it's still random. Now, we did take a little bit of damage on the Mauler and on the Why am I blanking the MRM boat's name? I don't know, but that's some clan AMS here, and that uses AMS ammo, of course, but we'll take 2 of those. A clan armor, we do have 1 of those, but I think we'll keep it around. And 2 regular double heat sinks. Honestly, we have 26 of them. I'm going to sell those. It's not worth a lot, but I'd rather not store them. Not right now, anyway. So, the question is, how long will this take to repair? I don't expect it to be very long. The Salamander, that's the name of it. The Salamander took a few hits. The Mauler took a few hits. A couple of other mechs did as well. But overall, I don't expect this to be more than 10 days for repairs. Is that even with the Fafnir taking another 6 days, though? That's the question. And that's a good question. Let's see what we've got. ADK, 13 days. That's not bad at all. So that's not actually 13 days. That's 13 days if it was all of these working at once. Or not at once. All of these working, like, sequentially. So 6 days, 5 days, 2 days, and 1 day. Yes, we can deploy another time this month tick. So that's wonderful. We're going to tick on forward, get our pilots back. So there's Kodiak back. He's the only pilot we actually care about getting back right now, because we, of course, need to continue to train him, although he doesn't have enough XP right now. So we'll hop back into the Argo, and we're going to tick forward another couple of days here. Okay, so there's all of our work orders done. Let's hop into the mech bay, make sure all of our mechs are good to go. I believe they are. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Well, I definitely expected a second Lance in that last mission. This is a good time to put a cut in, though, because with this situation, I'm actually feeling like doing something a little bit more difficult with the next mission, and so I'm expecting that to maybe be very long, and I don't really have time for a long recording session at this exact moment. Which is kind of why I chose the mission that I did. I knew it wasn't going to be, like, tremendously difficult, but I did expect 2 Lances, which would have padded out this episode a little bit better. Unfortunately, this one's going to be a little on the short side. I don't like doing that, but here we are. Sometimes RogueTech goes long, sometimes it goes short. It's not really under my control. This is a fantastic stopping point, and if I don't stop here, we are very likely going to have to record like 3 more episodes in this session, which isn't necessarily ideal for right now. So I'm going to put a cut in here. I apologize for the length, but here we are. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.